Hello students, once again welcome to Akshar IIT Foundation classes. I am your chemistry faculty S. Mohan, and students, we already started the 6th class IIT Foundation, and I hope that you might have received the material. This is a material, right? So we started the first topic, language of chemistry, right? The language of chemistry, first topic we discussed about the elements and the symbols. In the last class, I have said that total 118 elements are discovered so far, and out of this 118 elements, so every element is given one name and given a symbol, right? And we are discussing about the first 20 elements. I gave the first 20 elements to you, like hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Next, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium and calcium, right? Have you learned these 20 elements? These 20 elements with their symbols have given, like hydrogen is H, helium is He, lithium Li, beryllium Be, boron B, and so on. There's 20 elements and their atomic numbers, right? So I hope that you have learned these 20 elements, right? Now once if you open your material, the page number 2, so in your textbook, in your material, they are given 40 elements. So first 20 elements we have learned already, that is hydrogen to calcium, right? So today, once again, let's see the remaining next elements, that is 21 to 40, right? So 21 to 40 elements are scandium. So starts with the scandium, the symbol is Sc. Shall I write? Not required, so you can see in your material. I hope material is there with you. So scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc, gallium, germanium, arsenic, selenium, bromine, krypton, rubidium, strontium, yttrium and zirconium. So these are the first 40 elements, students. So these remaining 20 elements you have to learn. So in the previous class, we discussed about the first 20 elements, and these 20 elements also you need to learn. So these are the 40 elements, right? Now based on this, we have an exercise here. So once you see the exercise, now I hope you can answer this all. So first concept based questions here. A short form representation of an element is. Element, how can we represent it in short? So four options are there: valency, symbol, formulae and ion. What is the right answer? Good, symbol. Next, the symbol represents one atom of an. So symbol, for example, hydrogen is there. So hydrogen, we are writing symbol as H. What it represents? It represents one atom of hydrogen element. So the answer is 4. Fourth is the answer. Third question you see, students. Now the symbol quantitatively represent. What are the four options? One atom of element. Yes. The number of parts by weight of an element. Okay, this also right. 1 gram atom of element. Right. All the above. So yes, students, all the above is the right answer. Okay. Next, O stands for the symbol of. O stands for the symbol of. So four options are given: osmium, oxygen, aluminium and aurum. What is the right answer? O stands for? Very good. Oxygen. Students, very good. Very, very good. 1 gram atom of oxygen equal to 1 gram atom of oxygen equal to. So that is 16 grams, students, because oxygen mass number is 16. Did I give the mass numbers? So you need to learn at least the first 20 elements mass numbers you have to learn. So hydrogen is 1, helium is 4, lithium is 7. I think I have given. So once you check, the oxygen atomic mass or mass number is 16. So the answer is 16 there. 2 is the option. Atomic number of oxygen. Which element in the serial order? Which element? What's the number of oxygen atomic number? Good, 8. So you can count like this: hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. So 8. So right? So 8 is the right answer. Very good. The symbol of sodium is, student, the symbol of sodium, the symbol of sodium. What is the symbol of sodium? It's given S, Na, So, Nt. What is the answer? Na. Very good. So it's not S or So. Even though sodium is starting with S or So, it's not a symbol. The symbol of sodium is Na. Why Na? Because the symbol of sodium is taken from its Latin name. What is the Latin name of the sodium? Natrium. Natrium is the Latin name of the sodium. Natrium. Natrium. So here first two letters of natrium are taken. So the natrium, Na, is a symbol of sodium. Very good. Next, the symbol of sodium. The valency of lightest element is, that is lithium. Lithium is valency, students, that is 1. Of course, here we are not discussed here this one. We discussed in the later classes. Valency, the combining capacity of an element, is called as valency, that we discussed. So here the valency of lithium is 1. Students, here don't worry and don't get afraid. Some beyond the topic, some questions will be there. So these questions actually are IIT students. So you should go some beyond of our material also, right? Our material is only beyond your textbook, and you should go some little beyond for that. So the questions will be there. Don't worry, those questions will be covered in the next classes. Okay. So the valency of lithium is 1. Next, symbol of argon. Symbol of argon. In first 20 elements only is there. What is that? Ar. Very good. Argon. Argon symbol is Ar. What is the element atomic number of argon? Count. Hydrogen, helium, lithium, like this you count. Which element? 18th element. 18th element. Okay. So 18 organic argon's atomic number is 18. Very good. Now then come to the Se stands for. Se stands for selenium. Okay. So selenium is a symbol. Kr. This is krypton. Kr stands for krypton. Atomic number of rubidium. Rubidium is 37. You can see in the page number 2, you have the list of 40 elements. Within this 40 elements, it will come. So you need to learn the remaining next 20 elements also, right? Then come to the symbol of curium. Cm. Cm is the symbol of curium, right? Next symbol of yttrium. Yttrium is Y. So here it comes under again our first 40 elements. 39th element is a yttrium. Once you see the page number 2, yttrium, the atomic number is 39. Once you check there, so the symbol is Y. Symbols of gold and mercury, respectively gold and mercury. Gold. What is the symbol of gold? G. Geo? No. Arum. Au. Au is arum. It is taken from its Latin language. Okay. And mercury. Mercury, what is the symbol of mercury? Hg. Hg. Hydrogen. So here also this is taken from the Latin name. So here arum symbol is Au and mercury symbol is Hg. So the answer is first one. Okay, Au and Hg. Symbols of gold and platinum. Already you have seen that gold is Au, platinum is Pt. Okay, so right. So student, these are the concept based questions. Means if you read that topic, just clearly concept based. Right. Now J means, so here it's little, okay, the difficulty will be there, but no problem. So this also it will be easy. So starting, so it will be easy only, but as you go, the, what do you say, little, okay, it becomes tough, right? Now, see here, the scientist who suggested a method of representing elements using the English letters. Who is that? Lavoisier, Berzelius, Robert Boyle, Rutherford. Very good, that is Berzelius, very good. Now, the symbol of the element astatine. Astatine is 80, already we discussed here, astatine. Okay. Now, symbol S stands for, symbol S, count, within 1 to 20 only it is there. Good children, that is sulfur. What is the atomic number of the sulfur? Come on. 16. 16 is the atomic number of the 16th element, sulfur, right? Now next come to the symbol of elements selenium and silicon. Selenium and silicon. Selenium is Se, silicon is Si. So Se and Si. So where it is? Se and Si, third one. So third option is the right answer, right? Next, the Latin name for the elements copper and silver are. Latin names of copper and silver. What is the copper Latin name? Hint I'll give. Copper represents Cu. Symbol is Cu. What's the Latin name? Cuprum. Cuprum. Okay. Cuprum is the Latin name of copper. And next, which element? Silver. Silver is argentum. Okay. Argentum. So answer is cuprum and argentum 1. First option is the right answer. Good. Now, the symbol of germanium. Ge. Latin name of sodium. Just now we discussed here. Latin name of sodium. See here. Symbol is Na. So what could be the Latin name? The Latin name is natrium. Right? Natrium. Then Latin name of potassium. What is the symbol of potassium? So we'll come to know what is the Latin name. Symbol potassium symbol is what? K. Right? K. So K for calcium. So the answer is 8th or no? 2. 2 is the right answer. Okay. Next is symbol of nickel. Nickel, it comes under first 30 elements. Okay. So that is nickel is Ni. And La is the symbol of, this is beyond. Okay. So its atomic number is 56. Okay. That is lanthanum. Okay. Lanthanum. That, okay, we'll learn. When the names of the two elements starts with the same letter, the second letter is added to the first letter. Okay, first letter and second letter both combined, no? So the answer is third one. The symbol of fluorine within the first 9 elements, 9th element. What is the 9th element? Fluorine, no? So what is the first symbol of fluorine? F. Good. Which of the following is correct for oxygen? The oxygen O represents 8 parts of weight. No, 16 parts of weight. Okay, because its atomic weight is 16. No, already we discussed. It represents 1 atom of carbon. No, that is O. O stands for oxygen. So and here given carbon. Absolutely no. 1 gram atom of carbon is 16 grams. Yes, this we can say. Okay, because the carbon atomic weight is 16. Okay, mass number is 16. Already we discussed. Alright. The atomic number of oxygen is 16. Again, it's wrong. Which element is oxygen? 8th element. So atomic number is 8. So here only the third option is the right answer. Right. Next, the symbol of the element Hg. Already we discussed. Okay. Symbol of mercury is Hg. That is mercury. Hydrogen. Identify the correct statement. A symbol is defined as an abbreviation or a shorthand sign for the full name of an element. Yes. The method of naming the substance is called chemical nomenclature. Okay, so that's also correct only. The representation of the substance with the help of symbol is called chemical notation. Okay, all are correct. So you can write here all are correct. The element named after the scientist name. What are the elements are given? Nobelium, calcium, yttrium, oxygen. Think and say. I think it is not given to you, but just think and say. Nobelium, okay, it's given after the name of scientist called Alfred Nobel. You know Nobel Prize? Nobel Prize you have learned? Nobel Prize, it's the highest prize, okay, highest prize throughout the world. So you have here the highest prize in physics, Nobel Prize in physics, Nobel Prize in chemistry, Nobel Prize in peace, Nobel Prize in math, Nobel Prize in literature. Like this, so many prizes will be given. So that's based on after the name of Alfred Nobel. So answer is Nobel. 17th one, symbol PR stands for praseodymium. Okay, the first option is the right answer. Next, 18th question, numerical number, atomic number of fluorine is. Atomic number of fluorine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is the fluorine, right? So, right. So students, this is the exercise of the first chapter what we discussed in the first chapter. The same thing here we have done this one, right? So, with this we are done, and the practice sheet is this, students. This practice sheet you have to do, right? This is your work, purely this is your work. So, you read the concepts once again, synopsis once again you read, and then neatly you practice it. Okay. So, I'll get, if any doubt are there, we can discuss. Okay, don't worry about that one. So, that's all from this first chapter. First synopsis is done. Hope that first synopsis is, first topic is done. Hope you understood. So, here students, you may face little problem, but don't worry, don't worry. We are here throughout the year, time is there. So, slowly we, okay, one by one we go through them, okay, don't worry. Your work is what? Every day's work, every day you need to complete. That is the most important thing. And here these elements and symbols are very, very important because total chemistry depends on these elements and compounds only. Okay. So, today let's go to the synopsis 2. Synopsis 2. Synopsis 2 again about the symbols and elements on the students, but here how the total, I said that 118 elements are there. So, for this 118 elements, for every element, scientists when they discover a new element, they should give some name to them. Yes or no? So, like this total 118 elements were discovered, the names are given to that elements. You know, whenever a mom gives the birth to a child, then what they do, they'll give one name, right? So, every child has one name. Yes or no? So, similarly, every element should be given as one name. So, here the scientists will give the name to this elements, right? So, total 118 element names are there, okay? So, generally, up to human beings, generally in our country, when the child takes birth, then we give the name based on their, what do you say, that astrology, okay? That Rashi, Chakram, all this we see and they give the name, but here it's not like that. Here, of course, now they are making, now they make it like one concept, okay, unique concept to give the name, but previously the names are given based on their English names, based on their, Latin, based on the scientist name, based on the country's name, based on the university's name, based on the, okay, planet's name. Like the 118 elements names were given based on different factors, right? So, in the second synopsis, once if you see the page number 11, in this 11 you can see how the elements are named, okay? So, there are various methods of there giving the names. So, see here symbols of elements, representation of elements. For some element, the first letter of the English name is used as a symbol. So, here you see students here, different methods are given. So, first one is based on the English names. Okay, and then come to the scientist names. First, then we see the Latin names. Latin, and then we see based on the scientists. Can you see the board scientists? Yes. And you can see based on the countries or universities, places. And we can see even after the names of the planets also. Can you see if I write here? Yes, you can see. So, planets. Okay. So, here we are going to discuss some of the elements names, okay, and symbols, how the names and the symbols were given to that element. So, here based on the English, they given some elements names, already we discussed, like first 20 elements if you see, there are so many elements of like hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, like this. So, I'll write here few elements like you can see here helium, sorry, I'll start with hydrogen. So, hydrogen. Next, I'll write boron. Next, I'll write carbon. Next, I'll write nitrogen. So, like this, I'm writing here some elements. So, based on their English names. Like, okay, so you can see in your textbook. So, you can see, just open the page number 11 and you can see that. Here, I'm writing few examples. So, here, the English based on the name English, okay, hydrogen, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, okay, so like this sulfur. And here for these elements the first letter of this English name is given as a symbol, like hydrogen is H, boron is B, carbon is C, nitrogen is N, and so on, right? So your first letter only. So you can see the first letter, hydrogen, boron, B, carbon, C, nitrogen, N, right? But if the element already like hydrogen is starting with the hydrogen is starting with H, and then next element is also starting, okay, some other elements are starting with the same letter you think, okay, then we can see for example two letters, okay, two letter symbols now. In the two letter symbols, if we see the helium, right, helium is what starting with what, H, right, but already H is given to hydrogen. So now what they have done, they have taken first two letters, that is He. And you know that if the symbol consists of two letters, in that first letter should be a capital letter and second letter should be small. So He. Then come to the beryllium. Beryllium. So beryllium is starting with B, but already B is given to boron. Yes. So now again the first two letters are taken, like beryllium Be. Right? So beryllium is B. Okay. Then let's see calcium. Okay, let's see the calcium. So calcium is starting with the C, but C is already given to the carbon. Now your first two letters are taken like Ca, calcium. Right? Then for example, let's take one more element like nickel. Okay, nickel is starting with N, but already N is given to nitrogen. So now your first two letters are taken, that is Ni. So like this, based on the English names and the first letter or first two letters are taken. So once you open the page number 11, you can see that first set of examples you see, hydrogen H, carbon C, nitrogen N, oxygen O, fluorine F, sulfur S, boron B, phosphorus P, iodine I. Only the first letters, one letter, right? But there are some other elements out there which are already started with same letter. Then see here, calcium, Ca. Now second set of examples you see, students. Now, so calcium Ca, cadmium Cd, chlorine Cl, platinum Pt, palladium Pd, barium Ba, bromine Br, beryllium Be. So here two letters are given. In the two letters also, if you might observe, the first letter is a capital letter and second letter is a small letter, right? So these are the symbols of elements. Okay, here I have written only few, but you have some more extra in your material, so that you have to read. Okay, that you have to learn and by heart. Right. Now then come to the Latin names. So here when you come to the Latin names, again so many elements are there. Like for example sodium, right? Sodium, potassium. So and more what we can say here, gold, silver, iron, copper, so many are there. Okay. So iron, copper, silver, gold. Okay. Like this, so many are there. So these all are examples for the names, means symbols are given based on their Latin names. Symbols of these elements are given based on their Latin names. So sodium symbol is Na. Why it is given based on Na? Because its Latin name is natrium. Right. Now potassium is given K because its Latin name is what? Come on. This all you already learned. You should know. And immediately you have to say, repeat. Iron is given as what? Fe. That's called ferrum. Right. And copper is given as Cu. Okay, based on cuprum. Right. Silver, Ag, that is argentum. Alright, gold, Au, that is aurum. So students, here if you see these elements, which elements here? Sodium, potassium, iron, copper, silver and gold. For example, see these elements. These elements are starting with one letter and their symbols are different letters. Sodium is starting with S, but the symbol is given Na. Potassium P, K, I, Fe, copper of course C, silver Ag, gold Au. Right? So here Why? Because these symbols are given based on the Latin names of those elements. So sodium Latin name is natrium, potassium Latin name is calcium, iron Latin name is ferrum, copper is cuprum, silver is argentum, gold is aurum. Okay. Not only this one, so many things are there, so many other elements also there. Okay, once if you see in your text, so many elements are there. Mercury, hydrogen, Hg. Next you can see the lead, plumbum, Pb. Next you said tin, antimony. These all are examples for the whose names or whose symbols are given based on their Latin names. Based on their Latin names. Clear? Okay, take 1 minute time and once go through the third set of elements from your material, page number 12. So from the page number 12, once you see the materials, so these elements, once you read just one time, okay, just 1 minute. So see the Latin name because it's a very important. Right? Good. So now let's come to the next one is what a scientist. Yeah. So based on the scientist means after the name of the scientist. Okay. So there's a honor for the scientists. Okay. They did so much things for the chemistry means in the science and technology. So that's what after the name of those scientists, in the honor of those scientists, some elements are named after those scientists' names. Right. Now example if you see curium. Okay. Curium. So that is after whose name? Madam Curie. You know that Madam Curie? So Madam Curie worked on the research. So she did research on the radioactive elements. Okay. So radioactive elements. So that is called Madam Curie. So can you see on the screen? Okay. So Madam Curie. So that is curium. And the symbol is Cm. Next, Einsteinium. Einstein. You know Einstein? Yes, Einstein, a great scientist, Albert Einstein, right? So, Albert Einstein. Then you can go for Mendelevium. Can you see? Okay. So, Mendelevium, if you can see in your material, so Mendelevium. And similarly, Nobelium, just now we discussed, Alfred Nobel, right? So fermium, this is also scientist based on his name also fermium is given. So these are some of the names given to the elements in the honor of scientists. Okay. Then go to the element like countries or laboratories. So in the laboratories also you can see like Poland, polonium. There is a word. Okay, you know the polonium. Poland countries So based after the name of polonium. Americasium, so America is there. Next, ruthenium, that's based on the Russia, and germanium, that's on the Germany, and based on the universities like University of California, so Californium. So like this, some elements are there. So like Californium. This is based on University of California. Ruthenium. This is after the name of Russia. Okay, and next what I said, polonium. This is based on the means after the name of Poland. Okay, so these are some of the examples for the elements whose symbols given whose names are given after the countries and some universities. Right. Now the last and final we see the planets. So there are how many planets are there? 8. Previously used to call as 9 planets, like including Pluto. Now it is not considered as a Pluto. Okay, so these are planets based on the planets also. They will get like plutonium based on after the name of Pluto. And similarly, you can say Neptunium, uranium. Okay, and even Mercury also. Right. So here you can see that uranium. This is also based on the planet Neptunium. Right. Next to plutonium. Right. So here U, Neptunium, Np, plutonium, Pu. Okay, so these are the symbols given based on the means after the planets. Right, students? So like this, 118 elements names are given based on different factors like English names, Latin names, scientist names, countries names, universities names, planets names, etc. Okay. So, but yes, see students, now 118 is some more elements and maybe in the future some other elements also maybe there is a chance to discover, right? So, now it will be difficult to remember this type of names. Okay. So, IUPAC, that is called International Union for Pure and Applied Chemistry, introduced one method which is called as nomenclature. Nomenclature means what? A method of giving the names. Right? So, they introduced one new method, and according to that method, based on their atomic number, the names were given. So, these names, how to give the names, that we discuss the later classes. Okay. So, students, see today what we discussed is all, these are the things we discussed, and it is all in your material is there. So, read these all materials perfectly and try to answer the practice sheet, right. So, practice sheet come, let's explore and exercise 1 and my task. Okay, you try to complete it. If you have any doubt, we'll discuss. Of course, you try to complete it. I'll in the next class we start with this exercise. In the next class we do with this exercise. Students, here every month you will have one test also. Every month we will have one test. We conduct the test to you, right? So whatever the topics we complete, so those topics from those topics we complete the test, and the test is purely objective. It's not a subjective, and it's purely objective. How we are giving the materials, how the questions are there, similar to that only, right? So different questions will be given, and we give the date and the time prior only to you. Okay, so that's what you do is you regularly you prepare for this one, right? Everyday work, every day you have to do very important topics you are going to learn, right, students? So with this today's class we stop.